Hey babes, it's Sophie and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you how I achieve this bronze glam on this lovely model. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm doing is prepping your face with some Badescu Rose water. And then to moisturize, I'm going to be using the Badescu Serum, which is a vitamin C serum, which I love for all skin types. It's just a nice hydrating oil to start off the makeup. And with a stippling brush, I'm going to go ahead and just mix that into her skin. To prep her eyes, I'm going to be using the Henriksen Banana Eye Cream, and I'm just applying that onto her eyelids and under her eyes. For her brows, I'm going to be using the Biege Cosmetics Brow Palette. I'm getting a medium brown and using this to just fill in her eyebrows. I'm going with the natural shape she already has because she has a great shape naturally. And I always start off at the tail and then make my way to the front of the brow. I always like to use soft strokes as well as always brushing the hair upwards to get a nice seamless blend. Carve out her eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Born This Way concealer from Too Faced, and all of the products, the colors, and the brushes I'm using will be in the description below if you guys want to reference that. But I'm going to go ahead and carve out under her brows because with the powder I tend to get a little messy, so this is just going to really help clean up and define her brows. So I like to do it on the bottom as well as on the top of the brow. Now I'm going to go ahead and drag the concealer down to her lids so we can go ahead and create a nice white base for the eyeshadow. So I basically prime her lids with concealer, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this powder to set that concealer. This is personal preference. I just always like to set the concealer before applying eyeshadow. I'm going to be using the Soft Glam palette, and we're going to start off with our transition color. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that all throughout her crease. I'm kind of being messy with this. I'm using windshield wiper motions and circular motions. It's just a transition color, so we don't have to focus on being too precise, but just getting the nice blend all throughout the crease. This was my first time using this, but I'm going to be getting this bronzing palette from Morphe and using it as eyeshadows, and I ended up loving the colors. They're very warm, and that's what I wanted to go for this look. So I'm basically just doing the same thing, applying that in the same area just to build up this warm eyeshadow. For all over her lid, I'm going to be using a more neutral toned shadow, and with the same brush, I'm just applying this all over her lid as well as blending it up to the crease. To intensify the look, I'm using a darker brown and a smaller precise brush, and I'm applying this right on the lash line as well as concentrating it only on to the lid. I don't want to take this too high up. For her eyeliner, I'm going to be doing it with eyeshadow and an angled brush. So I've been doing this trick lately where I've been basically doing eyeliner or a winged eyeliner only with eyeshadow, and I've really been loving it. So basically what I do is I like to stamp the product on the lash line first. I always start off with the lash line, and once I get it nice and pigmented, I'll start dragging it out into the outer corner. And then to start off the wing, I always start from the bottom, and then I'll flick the wing upwards and then connect from the tip of the wing down to the middle of the lash line. And then I always like to go back with some black eyeshadow to smoke it out, and then of course concealer to clean up the wing. Because if you don't do this, then your wing liner is going to look a little crazy. Now to bring this eye look all together, I'm going to be applying some fake lashes. I love this step because I feel like everything comes together once you apply the lashes. So I'm not sure which lashes these are, but I will have that information in the description bar below. And I'm curling her lashes as well as putting some mascara. I personally like to apply mascara after. And I'm using a disposable, which is very, very, very important. So yeah, now I'm going to that was so random. Now I'm going to be cleaning up under her eyes. I'm going to be using two different primers on her because she does have combination skin. So I'm using the Becca Backlight to give her a glow, and then I'm using the Blemish Rescue from Bare Minerals just in the areas that she gets oily, just to mattify those areas. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Tarte FaceTape foundation. So I recently started using these for my clients and fell in love. The formula is amazing, super full coverage, and it works for all skin types. So for her foundation, I did go a shade or two darker than her skin tone on her face, but that's okay because we're going to put that down her neck and collarbone. Also, I'd like to do this trick so she looks bronzy and tan, and then we go ahead and fix that up when we do concealer and powder. You'll see how everything comes together. For her concealer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way, and I love this concealer. I've been using it for a while now on my clients, and I'm basically going to use this to brighten up her under eyes and the center of her face. So we're going to put this, of course, under her eyes to brighten that area up, on her forehead, down the bridge of her nose, her cupid's bow, and her chin. To sculpt her face, I'm using the Born This Way concealer, and I believe this is the shade Mahogany, and I'm using this as cream contour. I know it's a very warm toned shade, but I really wanted to keep her skin looking very tan and bronzy, and I feel like if I used a cool tone to sculpt out her face, it wouldn't have given me the same results. I went ahead and applied this on the perimeters of her face to make her face look thinner and more chiseled, so on her forehead, her jawline, nose, and chin. And here I'm spraying her face with some setting spray from Milani, and this helps bring the moisture back to her skin, so the blending process of all these creams makes it a lot easier. To set her face, I'm going to be using the Cover FX translucent powder, and I'm only applying this on the areas that we used that concealer to make sure that we set the fine lines so it doesn't settle, so it doesn't crease. And also I like to apply this on the areas that she gets oily, so her forehead and her chin or her main areas. To set the rest of her face, I'm going to be using this Sephora pressed foundation powder, and I'm just applying that on the areas that we did not apply that translucent powder. For bronzer, I'm going to be using one of my favorite palettes at the moment, and this is from Morphe. It's a bronzing and highlighting palette. I'm going to be getting these two shades and just applying this all over the areas that we apply that cream contour just to define it, bring that color back to her skin, make her look like a bronze goddess, because that's the look that we're going for. Here I'm contouring her lips with the same powder, as well as shaping out her nose, chiseling it down, making it look snatched. For blush, I'm going to be using the Alimar Cosmetics Blush Trio in the shade Light. I'm absolutely obsessed with these blushes. I use it on myself, on all of my clients. It's just a beautiful corally blush, and it has a nice sheen and like shimmer to it. For highlight, I'm going back to the Morphe palette and getting this light gold highlighter, and I'm just applying that onto all of the areas that we want to make poppin', because this highlighter is literally so poppin'. It's so blinding. I'm obsessed with this palette, you guys. You need it in your kit. Now I'm just smoking out her bottom lash line to intensify this look and give it a more smoky, sultry look and feel. So I'm just using the eyeshadows that we used on her crease and on her lid to complete this look. For her lips, I'm doing something that I've never done, and I'm using the concealer from Too Faced, the Born This Way, in the color Mahogany to shape out her lips, basically using this as a lip liner, and then I get the lighter concealer and just apply that right to the center of her lips. And then to complete the lips, I'm using some lip gloss from MAC. It's a clear gloss, and I'm just applying that with a disposable. And it really changed the color of her lips, which I absolutely ended up loving. And then for her body, I'm going to be using the ABH Glow, and I'm just applying this all over her collarbones, her shoulders, just to give her a nice body glow. I always like to tell my clients to pop out their collarbones so I have a reference as to where I want to put the highlight, and I also put it on her shoulders as well. And once that's done, I went ahead and sprayed her face with some setting spray from Milani to seal and lock in this look. And that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like these, make sure to subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and comment down below what you want to see next. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!